Hey, thanks for checking out my video. Today we're going to frost some cupcakes, and if you're not real experienced at making pretty cupcakes, I'm going to show you the easiest, simplest way to do it. But first things first, we're going to put our tip, and this is a special tip. This tip is called 1M, and you can get this at Amazon. You can get it at Walmart. It's a larger star tip, and you can make a lot of pretty cupcakes that look like flowers. And I use this all the time. I use this more than any other tip, definitely, for sure. So we're going to cut a hole in our bag so that our tip will pop through the end there. And you don't want to make the hole too big. I've done that many times before, because if you make it too big, then when you squeeze hard, the frosting goes right on through. So now the easiest way to load a bag is you put it in a big cup like this. And make sure you're leaving room for all the icing to go in there. And then you just put your icing in there. And now it'll be nice and neat and clean, because when I pull this up, there's no frosting on the outside of the bag. It's, it's perfect. So give it a squeeze so that it comes down, gets down to the end of your bag. And I want to talk about cupcakes, whether they should be domed or flat. I know there are some bakers that try to have flatter cupcakes. I actually like the dome. Because a lot of my cupcakes, I'm trying to make them look like flowers, or in some cases animals, like a dog or a cat or an owl, or I do a lot of different animal cupcakes. The dome looks better, like especially for like a dog's face. It was just totally flat, then it would be like a flat dog's face, which dogs' faces aren't flat. So anyway, domed cupcakes are good, so don't let anybody tell you that they're not. So the first thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull one of these cupcakes out, and I'm going to do a rosette, which is a simple, it looks like a flower. It's really just a circle, and you start in the center. So you start in the middle, and then you just go in a circle around until you get to the end, and then you just pull off. And that looks like kind of like a rose. So I'll do another one. Start in the center, go in a circle, go around, and then pull off. There you go. Now, a secret that I have when I'm actually making these cupcakes for my dad's 80th birthday party this weekend. So when I get to the point, what I would normally do if I wasn't making a video, I'd have them all in the box, and I would just frost them like this. And the reason why is they hold each other in place when they're in the box, and also it helps you to not go too far outside of each cupcake onto the next one. Whereas if I'm doing it down here, I might get carried away and go too far outside, and then when I go to put them in the box, they're all smushed against each other. So that's a secret. You can use a shoebox, it doesn't matter, casserole dish, anything, but it also holds them for you, which makes it easier to do the piping. So that's the rosette. Another flowery looking cupcake is, this is called a star tip, and since it's a bigger star tip, it doesn't look so much like a star. It looks a little bit more like a flower petal. If you just do this, just squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift. And see, that's a nice flowery looking cupcake, simple. And then you can kind of do variations like the rosette that I did. You can do little miniature rosettes like that. 3 rosettes, and then fill in with just stars for something different. Another thing you can do, I'm sure you're all familiar with a shell border. So many cakes that you get from the grocery store will have a shell border all the way around the bottom edge of the cake, and all a shell is you push, you lift, pull back down. Push, lift, pull back down. Push, lift, pull back down. And then fill in with some stars. Just, you know, sometimes I make them all exactly the same, and other times I make them however, you know. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how quickly I can do all of these cupcakes. And I'm just going to do an assortment so that they all look a little different. Everybody can just pick whichever one they like. I'm going to do another rosette here in the middle. That's probably my favorite. And let's see, I just do star, 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 star. I used to, before I got a little more experienced, I used to put the icing too far over the edge. And that causes a problem when you go to transport the cupcakes because they just make a mess leaning into each other. And also, I know that some people think that you should try to cover all the cake so that the cake doesn't show. I disagree with that. I think that everybody wants to know which flavor of cake they're picking. And say I had, you know, some carrot cake, some chocolate cake, some vanilla cake, and I had frosting covering it completely, you wouldn't know which one to pick. So doing it this way, everybody can pick which, I mean, these are all chocolate, so you're getting chocolate whether you like it or not. But if I had different flavors, that would be good that the cake is showing. I always let the cake show. So I'm going to just keep going here. You don't even have to be perfect or at all. This tip does all the work. I mean, this isn't experience here. This is easy. This is something anybody can do. I'm going to do a couple shells here. Fill in with some stars. Do a little rosette. Rosette. I mean, even if I mess up, they're still pretty, you know. The tip just makes everything look swirly and pretty, so even if you're goofing up, they're just fine. I'll probably just do mostly rosettes because I think they're pretty and I like doing them. Let's do some more stars. And of course I could be throwing sprinkles on here. I didn't do that this time, but a lot of times I do use sprinkles. Let's see, I guess I'll just do another one like that. There. So you got a pretty box of cupcakes. It was easy, it was fast, and it, you know, I'm not a grand, perfect cake decorator. I'm decent, but these are simple enough that anybody can do them. You just got to get yourself that 1M tip. So I hope this helped you, and thanks for checking out my video. Check out some of my other videos, and I have a website that has all my recipes. It's rhondasthriftykitchen.com, and do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It's free for you, and it helps me to be able to make more videos. So take care. Bye.